Welcome back to The Explainer. So imagine opening your phone and seeing literally millions of people rallying behind a cockroach. I mean, no way, right? Well, that is exactly what happened in India back in May of 2026. What started out as this kind of absurdist internet joke rapidly mutated into a massive digital phenomenon known as the Cockroach Janta Party. Today, we're going to unpack this fascinating intersection of youth frustration, meme culture, and high-tech political satire. We'll explore the sociology behind this whole insect-themed movement, and then we're going to break down the exact artificial intelligence blueprint that powers its viral talking avatars.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. First, the birth of a viral party. 2, we'll unpack the system's nightmare script. 3, the AI animation pipeline. 4, making the cockroach talk. And 5, the future of digital democracy.
Section 1. Birth of a viral party. How a single insult sparked a movement.
How exactly does a literal insect become the mascot for millions of frustrated digital citizens? Well, it all started in the highest court of the land, functioning as a direct counterreaction to a courtroom remark. When a top judge made comments that were widely interpreted as comparing unemployed youth to cockroaches and parasites, the internet didn't just get angry. They got parody organized. To understand the sheer scale of this, just think about the number 20 million. Within days of its launch, the Cockroach Janta Party Instagram account amassed over 20 million followers. To put that into perspective, that vastly surpassed the digital reach of massive, deeply entrenched traditional political parties. It was a completely unprecedented digital mobilization, built almost entirely on the backs of unemployed, digitally native youth who felt completely disenfranchised.
And this brilliantly illustrates just how fast the modern digital ecosystem moves. Tracing the timeline, it's absolutely wild. On May 15th, the inciting cockroach remark is made during a hearing. The very next day, May 16th, a 30-year-old public relations graduate named Abhijit Depke officially founds the satirical CJP online. By May 21st, boom, they hit that staggering 20 million follower mark on Instagram. And just 24 hours later, on May 22nd, the movement is taken so seriously that the account actually gets blocked on X. That is a complete political life cycle compressed into exactly 1 week.
Now you might be wondering, what did they actually want? Dipke didn't just post memes. He drafted a highly structured, though heavily satirical, manifesto. Sure, the CJP's official eligibility criteria included being lazy, unemployed, and chronically online. But their actual demands? They were incredibly sharp. They called for 50% reservation for women in the cabinet, a ban on post-retirement political seats for judges, the cancellation of crony media licenses, and a strict 20-year ban on politicians who defect to other parties. The CJP brilliantly channeled genuine youth frustration over real issues, like unemployment and exam leaks, into these structured, parody-laced political demands.
Of course, no political ecosystem is complete without some opposition, right? Enter the National Parasitic Front. If the CJP represented the resilient underclass, the lazy and unemployed who refused to die, the National Parasitic Front embraced the other half of that courtroom insult. They styled themselves as the official opposition of the street, promoting this sort of revolutionary absurdism and ironically demanding absolute dependency. It's a fascinating juxtaposition. You've got a highly professional, structured digital campaign managing what is an entirely absurdist, insect-based political universe.
Moving to Section 2, the system's nightmare script, the voice of the swarm.
Now, what's really interesting here is what actually fueled this viral spread. Political theory is great, but it was the sheer rhetorical power of their flagship script, widely known as the system's nightmare, that did the heavy lifting. Listen to this. Greetings. The system calls us cockroaches because we breed in rotten places, but they forgot who let those places rot in the first place. Visually and vocally, this specific script anchored the movement's defiance. It took a derogatory label, flipped it right on its head, and transformed a symbol of decay into an absolute badge of political solidarity.
All right, Section 3, the AI animation pipeline, from concept to content.
So, we know what they were saying, but how were they pulling this off? How do you produce studio-quality videos of talking insect-human hybrids overnight? Well, the strategy relied on what researchers are calling computational memetics. Specifically, they used an animated display picture pipeline. This is a technical workflow combining 3 distinct AI layers: static image generation, audio-voice synthesis, and high-speed neural animation engines. When you combine those, this pipeline constructs a lifelike, lip-synced talking avatar from just a single static image in a matter of minutes. Here is the exact Three-step blueprint for creating these viral talking avatars. Step 1, generate the source image of your character. Step 2, bind custom, highly emotive audio to that character, usually that system's nightmare script we just talked about. And Step 3, animate the avatar using cloud-based GPUs to perfectly sync the lips to the audio track. Sounds simple, right? Well, let's look closer at why Step 1 is actually pretty tricky. So, the crucial point is that you cannot just upload a regular drawing of a cockroach into these AI video engines. It will fail entirely. Why? Because these deep learning models rely on facial mapping algorithms. They absolutely require clear, recognizable humanoid contours, distinct eyes, a mouth, cheek areas, to accurately map the phoneme transitions of the audio onto the image itself. This is exactly why the CGP avatars look like strange, humanoid insect people. Actually, scratch that. It's not an artistic choice at all. It's a hard technical requirement of the AI.
Which brings us to Section 4, making the cockroach talk. Let's look at the tools of the trade.
What are the actual software tools Gen Z creators are leveraging from their bedrooms to build this stuff? The market for AI video generators is totally exploding right now, but 3 tools really stand out. Vidnose AI is incredibly popular for rapid campaigns because of its high-speed free rendering and really accurate lip syncing. Then there's HeyGen, which is heavier, focusing on multilingual localization and live avatars, mostly used by pro business teams. And Lemon Slice, which excels at creating consistent deepfake clones from a single photo. For a fast-moving, meme-based campaign trying to animate the system's nightmare script, a tool like Vidnose fits the bill perfectly.
Let's move in a bit and see how this builds inside the software. When creators upload their humanoid cockroach image into Vidnose AI, they don't just blindly hit generate. They select a very specific parameter called the expressive motion dynamic. This instructs the neural network to synthesize microexpressions, subtle eye blinking, and realistic head sway. It is literally the difference between a robotic image with a flapping mouth and a deeply engaging, lifelike avatar that makes you stop scrolling on your feet.
Finally, Section 5, Future of Digital Democracy. Satire meets Silicon.
When satire meets Silicon Valley, the rules of engagement fundamentally change. We have to zoom out for a second and look at the broader sociological impact of what this whole movement represents. It leaves us with this massive, provocative question. Are AI-powered meme movements the future of global political opposition? I mean, we just saw a 30-year-old student use generative AI and a satirical script to mobilize 20 million people in less than a week, entirely bypassing traditional media and legacy political structures. Technology has completely altered the digital public square, giving anyone with an internet connection the power to turn a joke into a genuinely formidable political force. The swarm is out there, and now it knows exactly how to talk. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.